Guys, so I really hope you enjoyed the machinima. Bit to get into this episode because there's been quite a lot of story posts since the last episode. I really want to get into a lot more detail and depth, so I've definitely slowed down the timeline quite a bit so that way I can fit everything in that I want to fit in. Something interesting to note about this episode is it's going to be a two-parter, and this two-parter is going to take place before the events of the Cinderash funeral. A lot of plot writing had to be done around the last episode's sudden death, so it took a while for me to figure it all out, and also I got a lot of help from my Discord server as well. They had so many amazing ideas. So the machinima itself actually links to a story post where Jaden is being told by his father that the king of Cinderash has died. So Pyra's father. Pyra is absolutely heartbroken about this. She was actually the closest out of her siblings to her dad, so this threw her into a really deep and dark place. And Jaden's relationship with Pyra has been going on a roller coaster, especially as of late. I will say Lucille playing chess is literally looking like me trying to plan the entire of the storylines all together. That's what it looks like. The one of Jaden with his fury, he mentions how his dad actually told him that he could go to Cinderash. But during this machinima, that decision was revoked. The decision was revoked mainly because Pele had messaged the king and queen of Verona and said, no, Jaden can't come. I won't allow him to come, especially for Pyra. No, it's not happening. But in the background, Jaden's been quite the toxic boyfriend and constantly badgering Pele through text messages. But at the moment, in terms of my game, we are in Hallie. I thought I would just explain the machinima and also the previous story posts in between King Flint's death and up till now, because I had to change quite a bit. So we are now currently in the royal household of Hallie, and we are with Lucille, and you can see there's 3 extra people in the household right now. you have Molly and Harley. For some reason, Rupert won't stay in the household for some reason, but the reason why they are here is due to some of the story posts. These three are coming to support Lucille while Brandon goes off to the funeral for Flint. But let's hang out with the boys. They are so cute. I think Sonia would be here too, as in Lucille's mother. Oh my god. Adrian is so cute. So I have autonomy turned on right now. I have not had autonomy on in months, so I'm kind of scared. He's gonna imitate the dog. Oh my god. The butler is wearing some very fabulous custom content hair. Yeah, Lucille is still quite terrified from the last episode with her father coming. Poor Lucille, it's not going well for her, is it? Okay, Brandon is just going to get a drink before he leaves. Surely you should be saying goodbye to your children and your wife, but okay, that's good too, I guess. Where are you going? Orion, stop right there, little man. Let's be real, it's quicker to teleport the child. Oh, Harley being a good uncle. That's so sweet. Oh, Lucille and Brandon being amazing. Everybody's all here just to say goodbye to Brandon before he goes off to do his royal duties of going to the funeral for King Flint. Because most of the monarchs are going. And I say most because there is an exception to a monarch that isn't going, which we will get to later on in the episode. Oh, Harley is being an absolute uncle. We love to see it. We love to see Harley being amazing. Oh my god, I love Harley. I never thought that Harley would actually be a thing. Because originally, it's really weird to me because Harley was never a thing before The Sims. Just, he did not exist outside of The Sims. I love how everybody's just becoming better friends, which is great. Who is Sonia talking to? She's talking to her grandson, Brandon, and Lucille. I love how they are just entertaining Felix. That is so cute. Are you going to talk to a plant? Orion! Oh no! Poor baby! I don't know what he's going to talk to, but it looks as if he's talking to a plant. Yeah, I think he might be talking to the plant. Oh my god! I did not know toddlers could do this. Orion just talking to the plant. I love the fact that he's like such a shy little guy. Just, oh, he melts my heart. Oh my gosh. Rupert keeps leaving and I don't know why. I think it's because he's actually not in the household because there's not enough space for him to be in the household. But once Brandon isn't in the household anymore, we can move him in. But I think Brandon feels a lot better leaving Lucille and the boys with her mother Sonia as well as his parents Molly and Rupert. Especially with Lucille's dad out there. Aw, these two. So cute. Let's have Brandon hug his son. I'm just gonna have Brandon hug all of his sons before he leaves. Oh. Brandon and Adrian. Oh my god, Felix is trying to be a big boy. Now Felix is being a menace. Oh my god. Well, at least he's having fun trying. Orion just being so cute. He's usually on his own, which is so sweet, yet so sad at the same time. Oh Oh, I love that. Harley just has a way with Adrian in particular. That's so cute. Aww. That's so sweet. At the moment, in terms of the timeline, Orion's not really supposed to be walking around, but I do kind of like how in the episodes it shows a little bit of his personality before everything in the story goes down. That way I kind of get a sense of the character before that's even happened. He's still in like a really small preset right now. But yes, they've now said goodbye to Brandon, and let's move on to the next kingdom. So it's kind of laggy right now, so I do apologise. Loka is quite a huge palace, so I'm not really surprised that Loka is causing this much lag. But because Jonathan is not going to the funeral of Cinderash, he has decided this because he is taking the decision to step down from the throne in favour of his daughter, Loki. He's obviously seen the sudden death of King Flint just put the other royals high and dry in Cinderash, and in terms of himself, he's also seen his friend, King James I of Verona, also give up his throne for his son. Excuse the rain. I think there's a thunderstorm, just like in the game. The Sims actually gave Kai a fear of the dark, which I think is quite accurate, to be fair. Also, now because werewolves are in the game, Elijah is now a werewolf. Have I edited his werewolf form? No. No, I haven't. Because until recently, I did not even know how to get him out of his werewolf form and back into his human form. So yeah, I just thought I would do a quick little update on the Loka royal family. The next update in Loka we are going to do is Anthony and Michael. Okay, so we are now checking in on Michael and Anthony. Okay, just seeing the underside of this house just makes me want to build more houses for more kingdoms. I'm already doing a lot of building currently, and building is like a great way for my anxiety level to go down. But just ignore all this. Now, I do think Anthony would have said goodbye to Loki the same way Sonia, Rupert, Molly and Harley said goodbye to Brandon. So I think in the aftermath of Loki going to Cinderash, I think Anthony and Michael would have a conversation about going forward and what they want to do now. So I definitely think they want to go on vacation, or at least Anthony wants to see more of Mariana. So I think Anthony would definitely take this opportunity to discuss the future, what he wants to do. I think the main thing that they both want to do is go and see other places. I think their base of operations will probably be Hallie in terms of where they would travel out from, because Michael is originally from Hallie. So fun fact, according to the timeline that me and Lula on my Discord server have actually figured out, is that Anthony is about 37, 38, that sort of age. So he's definitely feeling like his time is running out, but also he just wants something more with his life right now. So I definitely think they're going to have a really cute trip together, which will be highlighted in story posts on my Instagram. I cannot wait to do those story posts. These two are so cute together though. I love them. Oh my god. They have such like a good relationship as well. It's so sweet. I cannot wait to go more into detail with them in the story posts. It's time to make Anthony! Yeah, I think this is the option. Do you like what you see? And that's like a woohoo question. Do you like what you see? I did not see that option. You did not see that option. Is it on his mind? Possibly. The world may never know. At least for now. Deeply in love. I love these two. They're so cute. They're closer from happy memories as well. I love them. I love them so, so much. But yeah, now let's go on to the next kingdom. So we are currently in Cinderash. Yes, the next place to go was Mariposa, but I wanted to check in on Iris. Now, Iris is actually in Cinderash because she's attending a nurses academy here in Cinderash. Now, the nurses academy is also connected to the military academy. So the nurses kind of care for the military personnel. The deal between the two schools is almost like I'll scratch your back and you scratch mine kind of deal. And it's been going on for at least the past generation because that is how Jalal's parents met. Jalal being from the Dovahkins. Now we are in a household full of military people. Actually, the Nurses Academy is over here. It's basically just a duplicate of this one, but this one's more of the military base and this one's more of the Nurses Academy, which I need to fix because I think I messed up something with the building. Oops. But I've just placed Iris in this household so that way everybody's all together. I don't have to go through multiple loading screens. And this building back here will be used in story posts and stuff like that. So only really one building is needed for the episode, but just to show you the two separate schools. So in this household we have Iris. Now Iris is downstairs. She's still sad about Argus. Oh, but to be honest, I do think that she is sad. With her fellow nurses, she would definitely talk about events that are happening in different kingdoms, especially in Cinderash, because obviously they're in Cinderash. So the death of a king is like a lot. And she knows that she'll probably either see Yulia or Argus, most likely Yulia, come to the funeral. And I dare say Yulia will probably check up on her, see how she's doing. Because Yulia actually funded her education. But these people, this is Devlin. We met him previously. I don't know what he's wearing, but oh my god, it looks like a mess. So recently, Devlin's uncle, aka Jalal's granddad, found out that Devlin was dating Rhea from Loka, and he was not happy about it. Either you train at the Dovahkin Military Academy, or I kick you out. I didn't know where to put Jalal in terms of in the save, so I just actually put Jalal in this household as well. I dare say he would be hiding amongst the brush, kind of like out on the outskirts, not actually inside the building. He knows that this academy belongs to part of his family, so he doesn't want to go too far afield, but at the same time he doesn't want to expose his curse to people. I put him in this household for my convenience, okay? And this is Warwick Blade. Some people might pronounce it Warwick, but it's Warwick. It's Warwick after Warwick Castle here in the UK. So there is a secret about Warwick. I'm not going to disclose it too much, but I will say that his family heritage is a mystery. And for that reason, I'm not showing you his family tree. You're just going to have to guess. If you already know and are in my Discord server, then yeah. Keep it hush hush. Yeah, Warwick is quite clumsy and he actually goes to Iris a lot, just being like, hey, can you fix me up please? I dropped a sword on my foot again. But yeah, I do think Iris is aware of what's going on in Mariposa and that she is a bit sad about it. And I think the sadness is on and off, so it comes in waves. And she's also missing home as well. She's missing her mom. The Dovahkin boys just says, it's tea time all the time. think I need to get Jalal some medicine because he's not feeling too good. Warwick, what are you doing? Warwick's playing darts. Or he was. Why do I always miss this? It's tea time all the time. Oh, he's cleaning up. He's not having tea, he's cleaning it up. Warwick, I love that you're domestic. Please don't smash the dishes though. We know your clumsy ass will do that. What did I just say? Ah! So Devlin has a crush on Iris? No! Sims, no! I think it's one of those crushes that just is an unrequited crush. You know how sometimes you have a crush on somebody older than you? Dude, you have a girlfriend! While he's at the military academy, he can't actually see Rhea, so at least for now, Iris is literally his only female connection. Also, she's a very caring and loving kind of person, so yeah, the crush is only on his side, so it kind of makes sense in that aspect. This is something from my high school years, and also, she's a young adult, he's a teen, it's not gonna work, and she would not see him in that way. Warwick is determined to clean up every dish. Are you determined to smash every dish as well? He got through it! Yay! I'm so proud of him. But yeah, the next thing we are going to do is go to the Mariposa households, and that's plural because I have a character that I want to introduce you to that so far has only been introduced in a story post. Also, that Argus has an announcement to make. Pieris is visiting Chrysalis House. Chrysalis House is the holiday home, or like the previous holiday home of the previous king and queen of Mariposa. It's where the kids went for their holidays, essentially their summer house. But this was gifted to Iris and her mom for all of the hard work that they've done over the years and just the caring for the family. In terms of a game management perspective, I just put all the servants here, as well as it being Iris's home now, especially for Countess Leica. And fun fact, I built Chrysalis House, so if you like this house and you'd like it in your game, it's actually on my gallery. Lady Leica has actually taken in a little girl. Now this little girl has recently just been made aware of her parents passing away, so the reality of her not having her parents anymore is definitely setting in. But yes, I've introduced this little girl in story post. Her name is Lilia, and she's only just now coming to terms with the fact that she'll never see her parents again. And it's also why Countess Leica is looking after her. Now Pieris is here because he actually had some errands to run and he met her for the first time. Now Pieris has a really, really good relationship with kids. He's actually really well suited because like his mind, like he has quite a childish mind to begin with, but Pieris does actually have a date with Dana coming up. He's actually really, really excited for this date, but he has been made aware of Lilia's situation and he feels really, really bad. He wants to make her happy. He wants to be there to cheer her up, essentially. But yeah, I think Pieris is going to be an amazing uncle when the time comes. I'm going to have him comfort her. He's feeling protective of her. Oh, I love that. I love that he's feeling protective of her. So there is a little bit of history in terms of her family. So I think I can't exactly remember. I'm going to have to double check with the people on my Discord server. They have a better memory than my sieve for brains. But there is actually an avian link for Lilia. I think one of her parents is actually avian, if I remember correctly, and they were chastised for it. And the fact that Pieris feels so protective over her, oh. So I think the cover-up secret is that her parents died in like a car crash. But really speaking, I think that this was definitely Hawke's doing, or at least followers of Hawke's doing. under his command. And I think once Pieris hears the truth about this, he's definitely feeling very protective of her. So the sentiment is just so cute. I love that. So for those not in the know, this is Montague Weston. He is Argus's chief bodyguard. He is like the main guy and a really close friend to Argus as well. Now he doesn't have the avian aspect to his background like Lilia does, but his background is kind of a little bit like Lilia. His parents died when he was younger and he actually went through the same sort of pain as she has, so he knows what she's going through. Oh my god, they just hugged and that was so cute. And this guy, his name is Dusky, and Dusky is the gardener that took over from Laika's job. Don't you just love when you're waiting for your game to respond? Okay, so I'm going to have Pieris and Dana have a date. Now, in terms of the story, Pieris is going to be late to this date, and he is going to be late because he's caring for Lilia. He wants to make sure she's okay, but this sets the date off to a bad start already. We shall see how this date goes. But in terms of the story, it's a bad start. It's a bad look for him to be late to this date that he's been looking forward to. Since Dana lives in Loka, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have them go to a Loka place. Why not? Oh, and what a surprise! Brindleton Bay, and it's raining.
Oh, I'm full.
This is probably not making the date any better. So they are now on a date. The weather is really not doing anything for me. Okay, there's a negative sentiment. Oh, he's smitten with her. He is smitten with her, but there's a personal rift. Oh, he's hurt about her, even though it said he was smitten. I'm confused, okay? There's so much happening. I don't know what to put here. This is like the drama mod that was Shenanigans mod, but I don't remember who does it now. I know that it is updated by somebody, but I can't remember exactly who right now. Oh, but in terms of the answers right here, oh.
Sawata, Bima, Seneca Belinda Grinia.
Barbu? Oh, God.
Oh, they've...
Wabarani Bayou, Squirmish.
Okay, so I actually said breaking up soon. She's like, if you're gonna keep doing this, like if you're going to keep being so on and off, just like, I can't have... Dana is just like, I can't have this flaky relationship going on and off. Also, Pieris is quite a bit younger than Dana and definitely finds him quite immature. Personally, I don't feel like Dana is a bad person for thinking that, because Pieris technically is what she thinks he is, just immature. Also, Dana is a self-made working woman. But yeah, apparently we got a gold because we socialised with our date, even though it didn't go too well. In terms of the Sims, it went well. Oh god. Because the whole point with Sims dates is that your main goal is to socialise with your date 10 times. Does not matter if it's negative or positive, but the friendship and the relationship kind of like dwindled down. I think Pieris is starting to think, oh, this probably won't work. As nice as the date started off, because they did have a good start to the date, even though he was late. Am I rushing through this a bit? Probably, but we already have quite a bit to get through, and I already have a lot of footage to edit, so I'm sorry. Maybe fleshing it out in story posts will help. Who knows? She's going to ask him about future plans. I did want to expand a little bit on their interaction, mainly because it kind of went south quite a bit, and I don't think she'd want to leave it on a negative note. I think she would try, they would at least try to get things back on track, but it's a bit iffy. Things are just going up and down with these bars up here. Just, they're a mess. Have her ask just to be friends.
Das. Espinal. Thanks.
It should have cooled off his relationship with her, but apparently the game is like, not today. It should have cooled off his relationship with her. I don't know why. But the game is still saying they have a relationship, even though this thing has popped up saying that they need to cool off their relationship. I'm getting mixed messages here. These two are a whole mess. Have him ask the question? I don't know. Yes, their relationship has cooled off. I think because I was using the Control Any Sim mod, that's probably why it didn't work on her end. But they did decide to cool off their relationship. I think this was good for Pieris. He actually got something from it. He kind of learned a little bit more about himself in this date. Even though he was excited to like potentially have a love interest, I think he learned a little bit about himself that he's not quite ready for that, or at least in his mind, he's not quite ready for that. He's still quite immature with the way he goes about things, so Dana did teach him quite a bit. Also, he's going to see Dana still, obviously not as a love interest, but he's still going to see her around because she is Isla's chaperone. I hope this is coming across. I hope I can edit this to a point where I can actually make sense, because half the time when I'm talking in my videos, I feel like it's so disjointed. It always comes together when I've edited it together, but it always feels so messed up. Also, apparently it was a bronze level date. I thought it was gold, but not the most successful date ever. Check your Sims household inventory for a consolation prize, a book. So we are currently back in the main household of Mariposa, and Dusky is doing his work, and Dusky is thinking about giving Yulia some flowers. But Yulia is going off to Cinderash very shortly, so if he is going to give her some flowers, then he should better be quick about it, but I think she's on her way to Cinderash right now. So with Yulia gone off to Cinderash, I think he's kind of a little bit sad. So Pieris is going to speak with Dusk right now. So these two would have a chat about what Pieris has just been through in terms of his date. And also he would talk to Dusk a little bit about his own relationship issues as well. Because Dusk, I think, would kind of have a bit of a crush on Yulia. He obviously does not know about Yulia's disease. However, Dusk does pretty much know that it's not going to happen really. But he does want to give her flowers. He does want to make her feel better because he knows that Yulia is going through a lot of stressful situations right now. And he wanted so much to give her some flowers. However, Yulia has gone off to Cinderash. So he can't do that right now. The poor lad. Oh my god. Oh, you can tell I have not decorated this floor in the slightest. Oh, this is the floor of the Mariposa Palace I have not decorated. Embarrassing. But I tend to do that. I build a lot and it takes me so long to decorate that I get more excited about the next build that I'm doing. So half the places just look half empty. I mean, this floor, particularly this hallway and this room over here, is not particularly the best in terms of being furnished. I think also this room as well. I need to fix some stuff, to be fair. But let's be real, I only really fix up rooms to be ready for story posts, and that's it. So something that will be mentioned more in story posts is that Bethany is very interested in magic around Mariposa, because in Dune it's pretty much been outlawed by a previous pharaoh, Matt's grandfather. So Bethany and her cousin Zane actually grew up with more rules on them because obviously they could not share the fact that they had magic with anybody. But here in Mariposa, magic is free. It's everywhere. It's basically every Mariposan has their own magic because because they have their own wings. So Bethany is seeing all the magic around Mariposa. She's interested in all of the history and all of the books and stuff. She's fascinated of how it all works in Mariposa because she's never really had that opportunity in Dune. And she's starting to wonder why. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have Argus plan a social event. We finally get to the title of the episode. Argus is finally going to announce who his bride is going to be out of Aoi and Bethany. Technically Holly's supposed to be here as well, but just pretend Holly is here. It's not really necessary that she's here, to be honest. I think she already knows who is going to be Argus's bride. Can we just take a minute to acknowledge the fact that Camilla is always our caterer? Let's go in here instead. Why not? They all want to dance. Let's let them dance. Also, it's probably best that they're in here because there's a there's this thing. Bethany, where are you going? If the Sims would actually do what I say for at least a minute and actually stay in this vicinity, we can have Argus announce who is going to be his bride. He's now giving a speech. Pretend that they're listening because the Sims be the Sims. So Argus is currently announcing that his choice in bride is Bethany. To say that Aoi is not happy with this news is an understatement at this point. But as you can see, Aoi, as you can see by her colour, she is not particularly very happy. He feels like she will be the best for Mariposa, at least for what is happening right now. He gave a successful speech, and even though it was successful, she's not happy by it. So I've never done this with the arranged marriages mod, but let's see what we can do with it. I know I have this mod. I gotta remember where it is though. Ask for a marriage of convenience. Okay, I just did that completely wrong. Take 2. So let's try this again, shall we? I think I've deleted all the appropriate things. Okay, so because I messed up in game or something did not go right, I don't know what went wrong. Because I'm pretty sure I did click on Bethany and nothing is coming up apparently. Okay, I think this is what it's supposed to be, betrothed. I think it's probably not working mainly, or it didn't properly work because you're only really supposed to do arranged marriages for teens, but that doesn't make sense because Pieris is a young adult. I'm confused, okay? Like, I need to reread the instructions of this mod for sure. But they are now betrothed. Just for context, Yulia already knew this was happening before she went to Cinderash. Aoi, what are you doing? Oh, they're arguing.
Galvador.
I think Bethany is trying to stand up for herself, just being like, you've been nothing but rude to me since coming here. So Aoi is gonna go back to Artro, but she's gonna find that Yumi is now in Verona.
Mimic! Wrong!
Oh my god! Aoi! Now I think that Argus is going to throw her out. I love how Sky, in the middle of all this drama, is just like, I want to dance. Last but not least, we are headed to Dune. And in Dune, we've got a couple of things to do. We want to meet a few people. I want to introduce you to the ambassador of Dune, as well as have a hangout between Ebony and Alex and their kids. So I don't know if you can tell, but I've also been working on a Dune palace. That's also something I've been working on. So the first 2 levels in terms of layout was kind of based on an existing one from the gallery. I can't remember exactly which one from the gallery it was, but if you ever see a palace with like the with a back courtyard like that, just know I took the shape of that, because I'm usually, when I'm looking at other people's castles, I'm not really looking at the design features per se. I'm mainly looking at the shape and the layout, because I'm terrible at layout and I want to try and get the most logical layout I can. And rebuilding stuff like that actually helps me mentally just figure out where they are in the palace. Oh, Matteo is missing his granddad. Oh my god, no! Matteo! Oh, poor baby. Oh. So let's have a social event that we can do all of the things that I need to do. So let's have Anaya plan a social event for the whole family. The main guests will be the ambassador and the ambassador's son, as well as Ebony, Alia and their kids and significant others. So the kids can hang out, we can meet the new boy. The ambassador's name is Imani and he has a son named Amari. Now Amari I've just put into the household just so I remember where he is. Anaya be looking very, very nice right now. I'm currently working on character profiles and I don't think I've dressed the Dune royal family as of yet, so it's nice to actually see them like this. Oh, because I moved around some CC, I haven't got any good clothes for Amari. This is Amari. Oh god. This is Amari. He is currently friends with Erin, Ebony's boy, but he is also the ambassador's son. I'm just gonna have the kids form a group. That's just gonna be easier. Ivy! Ivy be mad. I don't know why she's that mad. Just Erin and Xander. We love them. Alia, Ebony. Little Fletcher! Oh, there's Imani. Wearing something completely weird. As usual, The Sims. Camilla is our caterer again. You've got to wonder, when will that woman die? Yes, why not? Have them like dancing. Why not? So Ivy is not particularly being very happy. Matteo's going off to bed. Gunnar is just joining the kids over here. I love that. So in terms of personality, Amari is actually pretty, I wouldn't say shy, but I would say very quiet. He doesn't talk very much. But in game, I'm just gonna have Cleo and Amari discuss some interests. Oh, Ivy does not like dancing. So currently, Cleo and Amari are talking, even though Amari is technically supposed to be quite quiet of a person. Oh my god. Matt and Cairo. Okay, so I did want to get Alex and Ebony alone together, so I think Alex and Ebony would do a little bit of talking, and it technically wouldn't be very good. So the last thing in the episode is that Alex is going to discuss issues with Ebony. Now these issues are marital issues. This definitely will be explored more in story posts, so don't take the episode as like complete gospel of what the final version is. I do want a private place for Ebony and Alex to actually talk when the Sims is not cooperating. Okay, so these two are actually having a conversation about marital issues. So mainly the fact that Alex is having marital issues with Matt. She doesn't find him all that fun anymore. So the spark on her end is kind of dwindling. Don't get me wrong, it's still there, but it's definitely lower than it used to be, especially because Matt has more responsibilities nowadays. Ebony has just got a sentiment of Alex saying that she's hurt. She would be hurt on Matt's behalf to hear this. And you can see that she keeps being mean to Ebony, and that's on autonomy, that's not me. I have not queued up any of their interactions together, because at points I felt like I was not making sense. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!